What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Yejide, and if it's your first time stopping by, you are most definitely welcome. So on today's episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this beautiful bustier top with loop. So if you are interested in this, please let's get right into the video. So guys, in our last tutorial, I drafted this off-shoulder bustier pattern, and now I'm going to be cutting this pattern using this beautiful fabric. So I'll just go ahead to do that now. So when I was cutting on the main fabric, I made sure to leave about ½ inch of joining allowance in between the front patterns and the back patterns. And for this back pattern, you can see this zipper part. I folded this part in before cutting on my main fabric. This is because I'm going to be making use of a loop at the back instead of zipper. I've also gone ahead to cut out the exact lining I'm going to be needing. So guys, I'll be dropping the link to the off-shoulder bustier top in the description box below. If you haven't seen it, go watch it before you cut out the main pattern. So now for the padding, I'm going to be making use of this tissue stay and also my waddy to pad the front pattern. So let's just go ahead to pad this. So now, as you can see, guys, I've gone ahead to join my tissue stay to the front patterns. Now it is time to pad. So guys, just watch me closely as I do this. So for the center front, I'm going to be cutting out a full waddy for this. I'll just trace out the exact pattern I have. So guys, before ironing this, make sure to leave that space at the top so that you can sew easily when you are sewing. So now for the two side fronts, I'll just go ahead to fold my waddy like so and place one of the side fronts on it like this. And I'm going to just go ahead to mark up to the under bust. I'll cut it out and shaping this in a circle form. You can see I cut this on fold, so this is for the two side fronts, and I've notched that center front part so that I can know how to position this. So I'll just place this on the side front like so, and I'm going to go ahead to iron this. I'll do the same thing to the second side. So guys, these are the three pieces for the front pattern. As you can see, they are all padded. So now it is time to join. I'm just going to place the side front to the center front like so. I'm going to use my office pins to join both sides together, and I'll take this to the sewing machine to sew down the sides by ½ inch. Don't forget that I left ½ inch of joining allowance when I was cutting. So I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So guys, this is it. I've gone ahead to join the sides to the center front. This is what it looks like. So now I'm just going to press open these joining seams, but I'll first of all notch the under bust part so that it can relax well. So now I've gone ahead to also pad the lining pieces the same way I padded the main fabric. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to iron both the lining and the main fabric. I'm going to do this making use of my tailor's arm. So now I'll just place this on this tailor's arm like so, and open up the seams and iron this out so that they can relax well and the outfit won't bulge when I turn it over. So I'll just do the same thing for the lining piece also. So I'm just going to go ahead to trim out this part of the fabric pieces so that they can be equal. I'm going to place the lining also on the main fabric and also trim it out the same way. So guys, next thing, I'll just cut out half of an inch from the bottom part of the lining piece so that by the time I turn it over, it won't be showing on the outer part. So I'll just place right side facing right side like so, and I'm going to join the end of this lining piece to the main fabric. So guys, you can see this is what it looks like. I went ahead to first join the end of the fabric. So now I'll just go ahead to iron this part and I'll turn it over. So I'm just trimming out this bottom part so that it won't budge by the time I turn it over. So now guys, before sewing the neck part, I've gone ahead to cut out about 16 inches of strap of this same fabric. You can see I just made 2 straps. So I'm going to be inserting this in between the lining piece and the main fabric. So I'll use my office pins to hold this down to my main fabric, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Then I'm going to use the lining to cover this up, and I'll just sew this neck area like so. I'll take this to the machine now and do this. So guys, this is what it looks like. I've gone ahead to join the straps and I've sewn the neck area. So you just want to make sure you're ironing this in between, so your work can be neat. So guys, this is what it looks like. I'm just going to place this front piece aside now so I can work on the back piece. So guys, these are the back pieces. I'm just going to be arranging the fabrics like so. I'm going to join that looper part to the main one and take this to the sewing machine to sew. So guys, I've gone ahead to do the same thing for the lining piece. Now I'm going to use the lining to turn the main fabric. So guys, the only thing I'm going to sew here is the down parts and also the neck area. But first, I'm going to trim this out just like I did for the front so that they can be equal. So now guys, it is time to sew. Like I said, I'm going to be sewing the down part, this part I'm showing you right here, and also the neck area here. I'll do the same thing for the other side. I won't be sewing this looper part at all. So guys, this is what it looks like. I've also gone ahead to iron both pieces. So right now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place both pieces on each other, and I'm going to be cutting a little bit of this looper part. So I'll just go ahead to measure 1.5 inch across and I'll cut it out. This is because so that you can have a little space in between for your loopers, for your loop rather, to sit well by the time you fixing your belts. So guys, for this looper part, the next thing I'm going to do is just to fold in a little piece of this part. I folded in about 1/2 inch on both sides like so, and I'm just using my iron to press it out. So this is what it looks like. Don't forget, this is that place we are going to be placing our loops. So guys, for the loops, I went out to cut about 3 inches in length of little straps. You can see I just went ahead to make 3 inches in length of little straps. These are what I'm going to be using as my loops. So now I'm just going to go ahead to fold this, and I'll place this in between this fabric like so, and I'm going to leave about 2 inches of spacing in between the loops. So I'll just do this all through for this back pattern. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So when you are doing this, you want to make sure you're making use of office pins to hold down your loops to the fabric. So guys, this is what it looks like. Next thing, I'm going to take this to the machine and sew down the sides like so. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew down the loops to the fabric, and I also went out to make a belt of about 65 inches in length. So you can see this is a little above the my tape. So now guys, I'm just going to go ahead to fix in my belt first. You want to do this first before you place your front piece on the back piece to take your measurement. So guys, I'm just going to go ahead to fix in my belt, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So guys, I'm done lacing up the back piece, so I'm just going to place the front piece on it. So now the next thing you're going to do is to take your measurement. So I'm just going to go ahead now to take my body measurements. I'm going to take my bust measurements and also my under bust measurements. I'm also going to go ahead to take my waist measurement. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to sew down these sides. So after sewing down the sides, I'm just going to cut out the allowance there so that it doesn't bulge. I'm going to overlock both sides by the time I'm done with this. So guys, this is what the back looks like. Now the next thing I'm just going to do is to turn this to the right side so that I can fix the strap to the back pattern. So guys, before you fix the strap, or when you want to fix the strap, just make sure you attach it to the joining at the back, you know, where that back has joining. That's where you fix the strap in. So guys, we've come to the end of our tutorial. This is what the bustier looks like. So please guys, don't forget to give this video a big fat thick thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I'm going to see you all in my next video. Bye.